today is the third. Today we're having the third Wireless Wednesday on agriculture this year. I'll just take us through a quick recap of what we did, what we talked about in the first two Wireless Wednesdays. Actually, the first one was in February this year, and that was February 29th. And one of the things that we talked through was one of the realizations that we made was that developers should be prototyping and improving their products in an iterative way. They should not think that their product is complete just because they've designed it and they haven't tested it with real farmers. So that they should use the concept of prototyping. Focus on functionality that works. That is another key thing that people raise. Knowledge sharing among farmers is one thing that farmers keep asking for. That technology should help farmers to share knowledge among themselves. Farmers also requested that applications in farming should also consider information authenticity, so that information that's been disseminated through those applications is authentic. Farmers also were asking for feedback mechanisms within the applications for them to give feedback on what they find in the applications. We also realized that the issue of the middleman is a controversial one, and maybe not controversial, but it's a topic that we can't exhaust even if we start discussing it again today. Some people thought that it's still middlemen are still very useful. They have a role in the value chain. There was the issue of mobile devices and affordability. The discussion revolved around the fact that actually some devices that we think are too expensive for farmers are actually affordable for farmers if they are designed in such a way that the applications are useful to the farmer and it becomes a tool of trade for the farmer. The other observation, farmers are generally diverse. There's these large-scale farmers, there's small-scale farmers, and when you're developing an application for farming, then you need to consider the diversity of farmers themselves. The other thing that that was discussed on that particular day was the fact that there's need for more applications to help in value addition processes. The second meetup, which was in April, one of the things that came up was that there needs to be more awareness and uptake of apps and services, and developers need to be more creative as they try and create more awareness for their applications. They need to partner with device manufacturers and mobile operators and other people that could help push the applications, because most of the applications they were talking about, the developers, was the farmers are not aware of them. So they need to be more creative about how to create awareness around the applications. The other thing that came up was that we need a way to organize groups of farmers using technology, because there was a need to create social networks for farmers to be more to form groups around that are facilitated by technology. The other thing that came up was financing challenges among farmers among farmers and agro-processors continue to exist, and we need to be more creative as developers and entrepreneurs on how we can help create linkages between microfinance institutions and farmers and agro-processors. The other issue was, again, the issue of middlemen and their contribution to the value chain. They may look like an evil to some people, but they're not an evil to everyone. So as we discussed today, let's try and build on these discussions that we had in the last two